Hi, Steve from Steve's Garage. Today I want to make a plasma cutting table and a welding table. I was out and about today and I picked up on these metal shelving racks, and I was thinking about making a portable table today, maybe a combination. And this is what I came up with. I got a couple of them there, but I'm going to keep one just for storage of metal and whatever else I decide. But this one here, I'm thinking about cutting this down a little bit, bringing this down, having a pull-out tray for some water when I'm doing the plasma cutting, and have a removable table for top when I'm doing welding. So I'll see what I can come up with, and hopefully it works out. First thing I want to do is determine the height of the tabletop that I want to make, and what I'm going to do there is take my measurements, bring it probably from the same one here, and take it to there. But I got to get a measurement on what I'm doing there, and when I get my measurement from here, well, from here to there, when I get these cut down to my measurements, I'll bring you back. This is the idea that I'm coming up with so far on this. I'm going to take the grinder, just grind off the welds and try to salvage any that I can of this round stock, and from there I'll show you more. You get the idea. I don't know if you guys can make heads or tails out of this, but this was an extension piece that came to here. I had these rods that came all the way up to here. I had to cut them down, bring them down to here. I'm going to add a little piece to fill in this spot, and a few more to make it more like a square, and I'll show you more later. Okay, once I determined where I wanted to cut these upper pieces off at, what I did was I came up to whatever measurement was best for me, which is 34.5. And I've marked 34.5 all the way from the bottom up. And I just taped it around so I can get me more or less a straight cut when I go to cut them. There's many different ways you can cut this. You can cut it with a hacksaw. You can cut it with a grinder, you can cut it with the air saw. I've got a sawzall here with a metal blade that I'm going to use. Just because it's quicker, more efficient. Doesn't cost that much because that air compressor, that air compressor kicks on. Who knows how much it's going to cost me to do that with that air compressor. So I'm just going to use a sawzall with a metal blade, and I'll come back to you after I change the blade, which I know for you guys it'll only be a second. Okay, I got the blade changed, to a metal blade. Good Milwaukee blade. And I want to work from the top where my mark is. And I want to get it as straight as possible. See how quick that was? Okay, now I'll do the other side and show you more in a minute. That Sawzall makes quick work out of it. Now that I got that up right, I'm going to weld that together. I may reuse these somewhere on this, I don't know yet. But I go as I go along. I don't really have a plan. I more or less get an idea in my head and I go with it. It's the way I work best. I mean, I used to make, you know, templates and drawings and all that, but to me, you know, you waste time. Well, that was back when I was sitting at a desk at work, you know, and it was like break time and I was bored. I would draw this stuff out, and then when I get home, it'd be totally different from what I drew. So I decided, well, forget it, you know. I'll just do it my way like this as I go along. Like I said earlier, I'm just going to straighten these up. And then I'm going to get the welder out and I'm going to tack weld this together here, this together to there. And then grab these and grab a few more that I got laying around and just tack these into place to close this off. And we'll see, maybe I'll go crisscross with them, you know, just to close that off. But what I'm going to do with that is that's going to be like the tray that's going to hold the water. But I also got to make a grate for my parts or whatever I'm going to cut. So that's a later date though, but I'll show that to you guys as I go along. I'm kind of forgetting where I left off. I got called into the house there for a minute. But I was thinking that on these racks, I don't know if I explained them to you, but there was a hardware store in the area that's changing names, and they had a liquidation sale going on. That's how I picked up these two stands. I got them for $5 a piece, and you couldn't beat that. But that's what I'm going to use it for, is all the metal that I've got. I also got to go around the house and around the area here and pick up whatever else steel I got laying around and organize it. It's a lot more better when it's organized like that than wherever else I got them. But this is how far I got so far. I think I told you I got to cut these down, weld them in, crisscross them, and I'll be back to you guys in just a second. Okay, so what I'm up to now. Let's hope it all works out with my gloves. Oh, there you go. You got the point? That's the top grid. Complete. This is the progress so far. Well, I guess I had it for today. I'll start back up on that again tomorrow. And for you, Anthony, won't be a night without Miss Mo Power. So that's for you, Mr. Vortek. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.